The last several years, I've been talking to you about the new type of processor we've been creating. And this is the reason we've been creating it. Ladies and gentlemen, Grace Hopper is now in full production. This is Grace Hopper.
In the last 5 years, Nvidia did a 630% increase. In just the last year alone, it made a 150% increase. Why exactly is that? Why is Nvidia rising so fast? Someone that was making just GPUs for gamers, maybe for some crypto miners, is now becoming one of the most leading, technologically advanced companies that is soon gonna be worth $1 trillion. What's happening, everyone? Be sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you want more content like this. I really appreciate it, as today we are gonna be looking why Nvidia is such a big company and potentially their AI master plan. Now, Nvidia only really has one other competitor, which is Tesla. Now, Tesla has basically owned by Elon Musk, which is huge on AI. Nvidia recently decided that they will also go big on AI because they believe it's the future. Just imagine, you want to make a video and you're going to be spending a ton of resources. You're going to be needing 4 editors, someone to consult with. Well, Nvidia is looking to solve that problem. When you, for example, make a video, you can just type, oh, I want to make a video about cats. Well, it's going to create that and potentially save tons and tons of manpower that's going to be diversified somewhere else. It's going to save a ton of time. It's going to solve a ton of problems. And this is why companies grow. They solve problems. And Nvidia wants to do exactly that. Now, a lot of people are doing and saying that Nvidia is overvalued, that it's going to drop soon. But potentially, I think in the future, it has a potential to rise more. It's not overbought.
For Nvidia, that was a decade in the making. The company's chips broke through in the AI community in 2012 with a neural network called AlexNet.
We saw early on, about a decade or so ago, that this way of doing software could change everything.
It was very futuristic. It was very uncertain at that point. Nobody knew how big AI was going to be. They made that big bet at a time when a lot of other competitors were not making that kind of bet.
We risked everything to pursue deep learning.
NVIDIA chips are suited for powering AI because of their ability to do lots of complex computations simultaneously. Traditional processing units can't do that as quickly, and other GPUs, like those from Intel and AMD, haven't gained major market share in AI computing.
If you think about how graphics work, your monitor, your computer monitor, has a lot of pixels, thousands of pixels on it. And your computer needs to calculate at any given time what each of those pixels need to look like. It was discovered.
Now, a lot of people are concerned. Meta went huge on, well, the metaverse, and it didn't quite work out. The stock buyers, the investors, they didn't really buy Meta as being the future, metaverse being as the future. While it has recovered, there's one big difference. Metaverse and AI is not the same. I have been saying 2 years on this channel. Personally, I think with metaverse, you need the VR headsets to make it work. And VR headsets are super expensive. Now, the thing with microchips and chips is that they are very scarce. They're very limited, especially because we all know what happened the last 2-3 years, why they got limited. And now there's a huge demand for them because guess what? To make AI prompts, to ask AI about something, to play a video game, to drive your Tesla car, to drive a self-driving car, this potentially needs power, right? This needs a ton of power to compute, so you're not gonna crash, so you can drive safely. So potentially you can see, your air fryer could be using microchips, and that's the big difference about it. It's an everyday world. There's a huge demand for those microchips because they make our life so much easier. But for the metaverse, it's not the same thing. People don't need the metaverse yet, at least in my opinion. And I could be wrong in the future. This could totally change. So the thing here is the microchips are in a very, very high demand. And we can only humanly possible make them so fast because we need a lot of different components. We need components from here, from the USA. We need the components from other countries. And it really creates, this logistical issue. Now, going back to it, why is Nvidia such in a big demand? Because they're making a lot of these microchips and they're selling them to other big companies. So Tesla recently tried to buy Nvidia microchips, but they were all sold out. That's how big the demand is. Other big companies, trillion-dollar companies, are offering probably millions for it, and yet they're not going to sell them because they're either in low supply or other reasons, such as competitive reasons. But that being said, this is what makes the Nvidia chips so great. Everybody wants them because, well, simply put, we use them in our daily life. So that being said, the Nvidia microchips are the future, and Nvidia can only make so many. It can only make, for example, 1 million per month, which is a total exaggeration, but you get my point. They cannot make 20 million. They cannot keep up with the demand. Everybody's throwing cash at these microchips and nobody has the time. Usually, these microchips were only used for video games and potentially mining crypto, but now they're used for something much, much more, and that is AI. And AI is definitely the future. So, for example, your Tesla car, it has a microchip. All of these smart cars, they have a microchip that, well, we cannot keep up with the demand because all these big companies, they say, hey, let's add AI, let's add electric vehicles, let's add all of these sort of things that need the computing power. And NVIDIA is the main maker because they just announced that they're going huge on AI, which definitely changed the game for them. I personally think NVIDIA has a ton of potential to be the next trillion-dollar player.
But that success is creating a different problem for the company: supply.
The demand is literally from every corner of the world.
GPUs are, at this point, considerably harder to get than drugs.
The company's supply chain hasn't been able to keep pace.
The chip manufacturing cycle is such that you can't just immediately make more of these things like today if you want them.
The company says it has filled out some of its supply.
We are working on both supply today for this quarter, but we have also procured a substantial amount of supply for the second half.
And the only competitor I see is Tesla. And Tesla, because it's going big on AI, it's making its supercomputer, it has its own Thread X by Elon Musk, but it's nowhere near NVIDIA because NVIDIA is going hard on AI. Again, I know I'm repeating the same word, but you have to know that NVIDIA has the upper hand. They can set up the price and they can set up how much they want to give to which company, which creates a huge scarcity demand. No other company, almost no other company, is making as much AI, investing as much AI as NVIDIA, and everybody wants into the new AI craze. So not just the microchips, but NVIDIA is doing something else, and that is very simply put, they're investing in technology. They're investing in programs that will make life easier. So something that is going to be for creators is they're making, automatic videos or technology AI videos that will make my editing easier. So, for example, in the future, does this mean accountants will have it easier with AI? Potentially. You won't need to do all of these tedious tasks that we don't want to do. And that's what I've been a big advocate. I think in the next 5 to 10 years, these coffee machines will make the coffee just the way you want it. Just the AI will start making your own coffee and you will keep giving it feedback to some point where it will tell you,